Alakazam! Oh, frick. My flip-flop is on fire. I know you guys love learning insane spray painting tricks because you blew up my last video. So to date, I have 5 more tricks that will once again continue to turn you into an amazing master spray paint artist. Now you really seem to like this helmet that I spray painted last time. So once again, I went to my favorite thrift store and lo and behold, whatever that means. What does that even mean, lo and behold? I don't know. I found another helmet. Not really sure what kind of helmet this is. I thought it was a bicycle helmet at first, but it turns out it came with this face guard. And I'm not really sure of any bicycle helmet that comes with a face guard. If you know what kind of helmet this is, put it in the comments because I have no idea. Which I may just use it for a bicycle helmet because I'm a dangerous bicycle rider.
You okay?
Call your mother. And like always, it starts with a good prep and sanding to ensure proper adhesion. You know, it doesn't screw up on us while we're spray painting. It kind of looks like one of those cartoon helmets. Hey, drop a comment below if you want to see me try the viral cartoon spray painting. We've seen this guy do it all over cars and stuff. It's pretty sick. And I think I'm gonna start this one off with the same base as the last one because it works so beautifully. And lay a beautiful metallic silver. Ah, crap. All right, it would seem that we have a unexpected fun learning opportunity here. By fun, I'm being sarcastic. As you can see, we've had a bit of an unwanted reaction there. It could look cool, but it affects the durability of it, okay? Sometimes when you get something that's already been painted, you don't know what kind of paint has been used before, and the paint that you use could have a reaction. But I don't think that's what happened here. I think after I sanded it and I was cleaning it with the alcohol, I did notice the paint getting a little soft, but I ignored it instead of doing what you should do, and that is wait about 45 minutes or an hour and let it do its thing and get back to its right position. So now we're just gonna take all this off with some mineral spirits and silver it back over, which is gonna be painful for me, but for you, luckily you won't have to watch, okay? Don't do this again. And now we're back to a beautiful silver finish. No wrinkles, it actually looks fantastic. But I left that in here to show you guys, like, hey, not everything goes right, even for the people that are supposed to be professionals. So if it happens to you, know that it happens to everybody, okay? It's time to lay the fine line tape and what? Oh, okay. It's telling me where it wants its lines already. Just listen to it, look at this shape, and just let it tell you where it wants its fine lines, just like the last video. Then we paint. It's getting exciting. All right, I've got my tape lines all laid out for my different sections. I really like it. Got one section here, one on top, one on the back, the flames, and then the effects up front, which is what we're gonna do first. And for this one, we're going to do a little something called bowling ball or marbleizing. And for this, you use just regular plastic saran wrap. Cut you a slice off and you're ready to roll. I was gonna cover it up, like the transition doesn't work because it's clear, whatever. For this one, I'm gonna keep the silver base because I think it'll look cool, and I'm just gonna use a red. I think that'll be a nice look. I could be wrong, but we'll see. Quickly cover it with saran wrap. The wrinklier the better. Wrinkle, 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 and pull it off. Oh, see how sick that looks? Oh, that's very cool. If it didn't take enough off, just wad it back up and shove it on there. If you didn't spray heavy enough, like over here, it's not gonna do as good. So guess what? Just hit it again. No big deal. Do it again. You know, you got multiple tries. See there, boom. That's good, look at that. I like it. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna do as like the other one and do the drop shadow with the black. And that really brings it to life. You want to stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, we let this dry and then we mask it off and we'll be back. All right, I've got all this masked up. And you may notice that I'm not masking everything else up because I'm just gonna do it as I go because I like to use as little tape as possible and mask off as little as possible. But next step is we're gonna use these 3 colors and do a fade on our flames. And you may be wondering, how's flames a spray paint technique? Well, I believe everybody needs to know how to paint basic traditional flames. And this one will even leave a silver pinstripe because a lot of people can't do the freehand pinstriping. So All right, so I'm gonna start with a red base. And if you remember, the part that's masked up is mostly red. So down here, I'm gonna do a contrast with the black. And then I'm gonna just lightly dust the tips with a little bit of white. I think that looks sick. So do whatever colors you want, I don't care. Man, that is a nice fade. And if you keep it light like that, very light misting coats, you can go back and forth several times without having to worry about anything. Now we let that dry and we mask these off as well. All right, we got our flames all taped up, and yeah, I know, it looks like a hack job of tape.
Look at that hack job!
But I usually mask it off with the vinyl transfer paper like I cover my table with, but I'm out and I've ordered it and it won't be here till Sunday. So we gotta make do with whatever you gotta do. The next spray painting trick involves how I like my steaks. Seasoned with salt. Don't worry if you're confused, I'll show you in a minute. What we're gonna do is lay down a black base while still wet. We're gonna hit it with a little drizzle of salt. And for this, I'm using the coarse sea salt, and it is in a grinder and you can grind it up, but I don't. I just open the lid, get off, and pour it out in the thick chunks because the grinded up stuff is a little too fine and hard to remove, so trust me. I mean, you can do it if you want to, I don't care. First part, you spray your black base, and if it dries too fast, because I'm using ultra matte black A, you can just hit it with another spray paint and then sprinkle your salt. Just sprinkle your salt around until it looks well seasoned enough for you. And after you're done with this, you really don't even have to let it dry because it'll pretty much be dry enough already. Go straight with the white, or you wait, I don't care. You just, it depends on if you got stuff to do or not. Just keep your distance because you don't want to move the salt around too much. Then you wait for it to dry so we can brush it off. Easy peasy. All right, it's been about an hour. This should be plenty dry enough. You can either wipe it off with your hand or brush it off with the, oh, that looks sick. And you can wipe it off with your hand, it doesn't matter. The paint's dry, you're not gonna hurt it. It's not gonna make it any, like grungy is what you're going for, you know what I'm saying? Come here, look at this when I brush it off. How sick does that look? Look at that cool pattern. You can do this with any color, obviously, but it's just something unique and different, and you could reverse it or do a fade, sprinkle the salt, do another fade. Who cares? Like, it's limitless. Some of you might be saying, well, that's lame. Well, you're lame. You don't have a good imagination. That's just cool, it's just different. And you wanna make sure you get them all because it'll be a little rough texture if you don't. Salty. All right, for our next effect, we're gonna be doing a faux stone technique. And I don't get to do this nearly as often as I like. It's so fun, it's so super simple. I know, I realize, listen, they make stone paints that have the splattery colors in them, but listen, sometimes you might want different colors, or sometimes you don't want to just go buy a stone spray paint and you just want to do it with the colors you have. So for this, we're going to start with this light gray color as our base. You don't have to solidly fully cover the thing. I mean, it's going to have a bunch of different colors going on. And the red poking through in spots may be pretty cool, more realistic. I don't know. Now for the speckles, you want to barely press the trigger. Now I'm a good bit away, maybe a foot and a half, 2 feet away. I don't know. Now you can turn it sideways and let it rain down, let gravity do the work, but you should be able to get it pretty good. All right, and just alternate between colors. And what do you know, this one's called stone gray. Wouldn't you know? Very fitting. Gray, dark gray, who cares? It's a nice color there. Well, it's actually called granite. What do you know? Black. It's a lot harder to barely press the trigger than you'd think. Oops, see what I mean? Good thing is you can go back and forth between all colors till you're satisfied with the speckleness of your granite. There's the base color that I used the first time, so that's pretty cool. to go back over. I don't know, this is just fun. And I feel like the more speckles you layer, the cooler, the more realistic it looks. Gives it lots of character. Jeez Louise, I tell you what, that looks like stone to me. It's crazy because it's smooth, but it looks really rough. It's all flat. It's just paint. It's amazing. All right, our grant's dry. I got it all masked up, and got our last panel right here. That's always the end. It's always so sad for one last thing, and it's almost done. But don't worry, there's plenty of videos on my channel for you to watch. If you're not subscribed, be sure to do that, because I put these cool videos out all the time. They're really cool, because I make them. Kind of biased. But I'm gonna prep this by spraying it red. There we go. And we'll set that to the side. Whoa, how'd that, I don't know. Magic. Set that to the side. Now, hold on, listen. I know, I'm gonna catch a lot of grief because technically it's not a spray painting technique. But listen, this thing is so amazing, so awesome. And literally you can only get this item this time of year in the summertime because it's seasonal. Oh, let me fix that for you so you can see what I'm talking about. Don't try this at home. Alakazam! Voila, how'd I do that? Oh, I don't know, magic again. But listen, this is a Tiki Torch. And you might be wondering, what does that have to do with painting something? But listen, this item right here works better than any other to create the smoke effect on here. I've seen people do it with like spoons or knives or some stupid stuff like that. That doesn't work. It's slow and it makes a mess. This is like literally super instant and fast and a lot safer unless you do what I just did. It's beside the point. I burned my flop. At least my socks are okay. All right, here goes the fun. And this is so quick and so cool. You can put as little as you want or as much as you want. And the closer you get, the more darker, is that a word? That the fire gets. It's personal preference. Just play around with it until you get happy and then stop. Because you could overdo it. You can make the whole thing black. Now kind of defeat the purpose of the wispy, fiery look. Okay, cool. All right, it turned out kind of cool, but you couldn't see it on camera like hardly at all. But I also did on this poster board too, just try to see if I could get it to show you guys how cool the patterns come out. So for you guys, I painted a little white and faded out a little bit of red on the edges. And we're gonna do it again. Oh, geez, that's still hot. All right, here we go again. Oh, that's sick. Whew, about got my hand there. One more probably be good. That's the thing with this. You gotta like get a stopping point. That is cool, check that out. All right, jeez. All right, when you're done, you will want to lock in with some Mate Clear because the smoke is very fragile and it'll wipe right off. Stop that. All right, the smoke has dried. I'm just kidding, smoke doesn't dry. But I did take and remove all the tape and now we're ready to remove the fine line tape. Doesn't that look sick? Check it out. I think I got the lighting better so you can see the smoky, right? Yeah, you can totally see it right there. Cool. Oh, I almost forgot. My favorite part, before we remove fine line tape, we've got to do the airbrushing. That's like literally the best part. All right, I've reduced up some Wicked Black, reduced it with some 4011, and put 3 drops of the Balance and Clear. Helps with adhesion and helps it flow better, actually. Let's see what we got. Oh, move some salt around. There we go, look at that. Wee, that's nice. All we're doing is following our, oh, get down here so you can see, buddy. Pay attention. All we're gonna do is follow our tape line and just do a little shadow, dark it up on both sides of the tape. You gotta back up a little bit, you're too close.
Bagels here.
There you go. You do it as dark as you want, or as not dark as you want. Whatever that other part's called, light, I guess. I like to fade out really good. Make it look like it's, you know, set in there. Don't get this line up here. If you did, like you probably didn't do it. What am I talking about? I might just do the whole inside of this black. And the flames, that's gonna be the fun part. Wait till you see, like you can really jazz them mugs up. Don't be scared of it. All right, don't forget your little front doohickey here. A little drop shadow. And it's not really gonna show up on this side because it's black already, but you know. You're covering up too much. Oh, who cares? Do how you want to. Woo-wee. That's gonna look killer. You notice I touched this, already dry. Now for the flames, you can still follow the lines if you want to, like normal, like the rest of it. But for the flames to really, this is a cool thing you do with the graphics, like overlaid stuff. You're gonna wanna probably lift that mug up so it's floating in the air. Check that out, look at that. All the way down. Look how it looks like it's already floating in the air. It's one of my favorite things to do with the airbrushing. Like you can make shadows that look so crazy like that. Look at that. All right, the only other thing I'm gonna do is take off these little in-between lines and throw a drop shadow where the flames go over this silver line here. Now since we have a drop shadow under our flames, we remove the rest of the tape to reveal all our beautiful silver lines. Should make a fantastic contrast. You know, I don't know, I could be wrong. Happens, we're only human. All right, last time I cut this out because I didn't think it was a big deal. I didn't think anybody'd care, but tons of you complained that, I can't believe you're not gonna clear cut it, blah, blah, blah. One of you talks like that, don't give me that. Listen, this one's for display. I'm not really gonna use it, so I'm just gonna opt in for the regular Rust-Oleum Matte Clear. Now, if you wanted to use it and you wanted it to be more durable, it would need a hardener. So they do make 2-part spray cans where you pop the bottom and you mix it and shake it up and the hardener mixes in. You have to use it all at one time. Or you could do like I do, and I have my buddy TS Flame clear coat it for me with automotive clear coat in his paint booth. And there you go. It's in this video. I don't want to hear any complaints, okay? You're welcome. Dude, tell me how sick that looks. Oh, dude, that looks killer. I could either be a wrestler or a biker, I don't know. What do you think? Hey, comment below which one of these techniques that you love the best. And if you know any other spray paint techniques at all, the crazier the better, drop a comment below because I would love to try these and paint them on something else. What can I paint on next? I don't know. But if you love this video and you love spray paint, you're gonna love these other spray paint videos right here. We'll see you on the next one. God bless. Goodbye. Dude, this thing fits great. Let's go try it out.